Today is the month that we celebrate Black History Month. And I just wanted to get up and recognize that someone said something to me today, and I was really embarrassed. They said to me, "Pat, did you know today is Frederick Douglass's birthday?" I never knew that Frederick Douglass, because he was a slave and he didn't know when he was born, he chose February 14th as his birthday. And today is February 14th, so today is very important to me. I stand here, I have a necklace on that I got from Senegal in 2005. And I had the opportunity to go to Gorée Island. That is where they kept the slaves captives until they took them, brought them to America, and they went through the door of no return. And Madam President, when I stood in that chamber, in that 4x4 room, I could feel the spirit of my ancestors and only imagine what they had to go through, knowing that they were going to go through a door and never return. I stand here and I said this last year that I am my ancestors' wildest dream. I am Black History Month because my ancestors, coming from Africa, not knowing if they were going to make it across the voyage, I know that they're looking down saying it was all worth it. Madam President, Frederick Douglass said that if you know how to read, you'll be forever free. Someone introduced me to that quote. I've been working on legislation, literacy legislation, for the last, since 2010, I believe, Senator Winfield. And this chamber did something that I will forever be grateful for. You passed the right to read legislation. You're giving children the opportunity to read, not just Black children, but all children, children with dyslexia, Latinos, giving them the opportunity to read so they could be forever free. That's what Black history is all about for me, being free, being able to be successful in what we call America. Madam President, there's a statue downstairs of Prudence Crandall. I never paid attention to that statue. And then one day, for some reason, it just popped in my head to do the research. This woman had closed her school because the town in Crandall did not, Cranberry, excuse me, did not want her to educate a student, a young Black woman who worked with her. I believe her name was Sarah Davis. And so she wanted to go to school there. So she integrated the school with Sarah, and the townsmen were very upset. So she closed the school and reopened it for a year, another year, in 1833, I believe it was. And when she opened the school, she opened it for Black and brown students. And they traveled across the country to come to Connecticut. Well, guess what happened? The General Assembly decided to enact a Black law, making it illegal for her to educate Black students. And so what happened was she did it anyway. She fought against the establishment. She fought and she was jailed because she took the chance she knew it was wrong, and she took the chance to educate these young women who otherwise wouldn't have a chance for an education. And I stand here proud today to say I am so happy for this woman. There were thousands of abolitionists who made sure that saw that slavery was wrong. It was an atrocity. And they did something about it. And in Connecticut, we played a major part in it, where the insurance companies make sure that the slave owners in the South were insured. I saw a show recently, it was a documentary, and it was about individuals whose ancestors had slaves. And what they're trying to do, they're trying to right a wrong. So they gave some of their land to the ancestors of these slaves, the descendants of these slave owners, slaves. And they tried to right a wrong. And Madam President, that's what I try to do here. I'm trying to right a wrong. I stand here to fight for individuals who, as my colleague Senator Gaston said, individuals who didn't have the opportunity, who grow up poor, because that's what poor is without the R, poor. I was one of those individuals. I was one of those individuals who was cold. I was one of those individuals where we had to use a kerosene lamp for lights. And so I stand here so that individuals, and I say this all the time, so that other people don't have to suffer the way I did. And so I am so proud to stand here as a black woman in the Senate, where I can make a difference in individuals' lives who looks like me, who had the same economic status that I had. But I want to thank the chamber for taking the opportunity to give every student the right to read. I know that my colleagues are hearing from individuals saying, no, we can't do this, we can't afford not to do it. We have a responsibility to every child. As Frederick Douglass stated, give every child the opportunity to be free, because if you don't know how to read, what can you do? That is the foundation for success. So, Madam President, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to recognize Black History Month and all of my ancestors who've made a difference. When we talk about peanut butter, we talk about brain surgery, we talk about traffic lights. Those are my ancestors, and I stand here proud to be a black woman. Thank you.